Hey gang, this is Synopsis 20 for the unpublished novel Broken. All right, here goes. Oh my God, I can't believe it, Neil answered. How the hell did my ex know him? I paused, afraid to say anything. I ended the call abruptly. Neil called back. He started talking without me saying hello. Hey, it's me. What's up? Are you okay? I mean, you called me and didn't say anything. I miss you. I was shocked. Was Neil seeing my abusive ex boyfriend, Garrett? How did they know each other? I wondered. Another betrayal under my belt. I was good at being misused. Of course, he had no idea it was me on the phone of his lover, and he had no idea that he'd passed away. Hello, you there? Oh, I see you playing games. I miss you. Why haven't I heard from you? Neil said. Excuse me. I never said a word. Neil had no idea I was on the other end of the phone. Excuse me, I was on the other end of the phone. Eventually, he hung up, waiting for my ex, his boyfriend, and mine to speak up. He never will answer Neil again. That lying motherfucker was buried in the ground. I cried. I couldn't believe the only two men I was in love with were in love with each other. I was speechless, angry, worried. If Neil was sleeping with my ex and me, there's no telling what I might have. I had to get tested ASAP. I guess now I knew why Neil was not interested in intimacy with me like in the beginning when we met. Neil swept me off my feet, much like my ex. Only Neil wasn't abusive. He had his shortcomings, but nothing nearly as bad as my ex. This was probably the reason why the church was half empty at his funeral. His family didn't agree or accept his lifestyle. The hood rats he called friends were like ghosts. Although 8 Ball was the only one who showed his ugly face, the rest of those niggas was MIA, missing in action. This is chapter 4, subtitled Bewildered. It was unbecoming. I need to confront Neil about this. Excuse me. I was never one to confront anyone about anything. I steered away from confrontation, trouble, or any negative energy. However, this time I had to deal with this head on. There's no hiding or ignoring the problem. Because of shit like this is the reason I stayed single for so long. Now I'm caught up in Neil's bullshit with my ex. He had no idea that I was his number one fan. I cheered him on even when he wasn't proud. But the game is not over. Neil was out of bounds. While my ex Garrett is not here to tell his side of the story, I'll have to seek the truth from Neil, hoping he will be honest with me. I was puzzled. I was confused. I was in disbelief. Was Neil and my ex only friends, or were they lovers? It was a question only Neil could answer. I screamed internally, hoping anyone could hear me. The confusion like mine, I could kill Neil if this is what I think it is. I don't see how he sleeps at night knowing he's with a man and then crawl behind me in bed. He's a thief in his own way. A direct reflection of trash. I'm sure there's plenty of people who have walked away from him because of his unwanted and disrespectful behavior and infidelity. Perhaps Neil sees nothing wrong with what he's been doing. It may be the norm for him, however, unless approved by his one and only, he shouldn't put others at risk. That son of a bitch only cared about his own. He had balls of steel. Neil was the lead assassin, and he passes for an upstanding gentleman on the outside looking in. I thought I'd upgraded from my ex, Garrett, to Neil. Instead, I lowered my standards, putting all my faith in his bisexual ass. His friends referred to him as the man, but because he was a pilot. A well-respected career everyone admired. Seeing him in front was exhilarating. Seeing him in uniform was exhilarating. I knew the type of work Neil did. He lived in and out of hotels. It was his home away from home, canceling dates for working late or flight delays. It was expected that we wouldn't be able to connect like a normal dating situation allows. He used to put in extra effort to be with me in the first few months. After he got the cookie, I saw him less and less, without withholding sex, dry sex, or quickies were not what I had in mind with him. All the success we had between the two of us, there was nowhere to go except up. My job as an accountant didn't allow me the leisure to tag along with Neil as I did when invited in the beginning. I'd used up most of my vacation time until more accumulated. Therefore, I couldn't tag along for only a short weekend, especially when he was on the other side of the world. He would be gone for weeks at a time. He never left me waiting. The trips were part of Neil's benefit package. I actually trusted him. He'd never given me a reason not to. We didn't argue or have many disagreements. I never had to stroke his ego when he was around. He was sure of himself, and I had all the confidence in the world in him. Where did I go wrong? I blamed myself for not being woman enough for Neil. I blamed myself for not being everything my ex wanted to. And, he said I'd always pushed his buttons to cause him to act out of anger. I was convinced, after being told that so many times, it must have been me. Check my time. I believe I'm going to stop there. Make sure that you get the book For Love or Money. It's posted on Amazon Bookstore. It is also in film on Amazon Prime Video and Folsom TV. I thank you so much for your time and attention for this read. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it. And guess what? I love you like a play cousin. All right. Good night.